Hi guys, it's Mew2King
and Salem.
and today we're going to be talking about Diddy Kong. Just before Frostbite, for example, a player named Aaron or Dyer has actually defeated Kome Shulk 2-0 and 3-0 for a 5-0 total score, even 3-stocking him on the very final game. Recently as CEO Dreamland, a player named Player 1 has actually defeated Mars 2-1, and even the game he lost was close, so that was a pretty good win. He even did the Diddy Infinite, and speaking of Diddy Infinite, there's a player named Dakpo who recently defeated Glutonny 2-0 at Genesis, also using the Diddy Infinite in that match. So there's been a lot of recent footage where Diddy Kongs have been doing very well recently in tournaments. I've also noticed that Aaron has said, back when Diddy was considered to be a low mid-tier character, Aaron has said that he thinks that Diddy Kong was a high-tier character, and this is before Diddy Kongs have started getting good results. It also helps that, the character was buffed and some of the other top tiers were nerfed, which closes the gap a little bit, but perhaps this character has been underrated for quite a while. First, let's talk about Player 1. Player 1 was a Brawl player, so he's been playing for about 1,000 years, just like me. And so, first, stop. He likes to do the banani. The
banani. The banani.
God!
Okay.
He likes to do Banana Infinite because people don't like to tech roll on platforms, and everyone uses the same Diddy Banana Infinite on the stupid Pokemon Stadium platform because nobody tech rolls. If you just tech roll, it won't work, or it'll be much harder.
Well, to be specific, tech roll away, because usually where it starts is either the center platform, which is tech in place, and or they tech roll towards Diddy Kong, which is essentially the same thing, because where the banana is angled, since it arcs a little towards. So if you roll away, you should be fine. But if you don't, you're going to die.
So just tech roll when you're on a platform, just away or toward. Just pick a tech roll
It's
option.
best to go away.
If you know they're going to go infinite. But usually away, but away or toward to not get infinite. And since everyone practices on Pokemon Stadium, Diddy's will probably practice that situation the most. So it's another thing to keep in mind.
Well, they can do it on other stages. It's just they practice on the most, as you said.
But that's important.
It helps.
That's important.
It's just scary because, like, let's say you go to Smashville, then there's one giant platform right there. You can explode.
But they're probably practicing on Pokemon Stadium all the time. That's what everyone agrees to all the time. And Diddy is also good there in general, so they're always going to practice that on that platform right there.
Those two specific platforms.
I saw Glutonny tech in place and Mars
Die.
tech in place. I think they tech in place. One of them did at least, and then they just got infinite.
Usually that's what happens. You get near, they tech in place because they're just like, oh, this is just a quick sequence. No, you can die.
So the Diddy Infinite, it used to be like that won't happen in turn type of thing, and now it's like, now this is happening all the time. Interestingly enough, the highest ranked of the Diddies I've mentioned is a player from CFL named Aaron or Dyer, and he actually doesn't use the Infinite for some reason, or like I rarely ever see it.
He used it on me at a local.
Oh, he did? He used it on you on the local? Okay,
yeah,
never mind. I guess they all have. I just didn't. I guess the other guys use it more.
They're petty. Diddy Kongs are petty.
So all the Diddies use it, but
yes, literally, actually, all Diddies.
He uses it less.
Because like, I was fighting even Kiki and Friendlies at the locals, and he infinited me. I was like, huh? Why are all these Diddy Kongs able to do this?
Oh my god! So they're just relying on Infinite to win.
It's broken.
Well, not all
and that
time.
happened to me on Smashville, by the way, and that's much worse because the platform's just right there. That means if you get hit once by like Nair, they can just catch you and you will die. I was like, this isn't balanced. This isn't balanced at all.
So fighting Diddy is not getting infinite.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's the meta. Is to not get infinite.
Of course, it's based off how much they practice it, especially on each stage. But
you
generally,
you practice it, you memorize it once, and it's the same thing every time.
Well,
you just master it.
It's just a little bit of different rhythm depending on the stage, if I remember correctly. That's why you don't see them like try and go for it too much on certain stages. But obviously, like you said, most practice is on PS2, and everyone just wants to go there. So
yeah, that's important. And Dakpo did it a lot to Glutonny, but Dakpo actually didn't even do it on game 1 to Glutonny. Dakpo actually just beat Glutonny straight up. He just outplayed him and won. And there was no Diddy Infinites. Even though Leffen tweeted that Glutonny lost to Diddy Infinite, that was not even a factor in the first game. And the set was 2-0, so I wouldn't really say that.
Diddy Kong doesn't need infinites to like actually just body. Like he can just go in and just swing, and that alone, like his advantage state is really, really strong still because he's an item-based character, and item-based characters, once they get advantage, they kind of just hold advantage.
Yeah, another thing to mention is I tested Diddy's banana throw out of shield. The throw out of shield is actually comes out on frame 7, so it's basically like a cloud up B out of shield, less range on specifically frame 7, but more range the following frames. But unlike Cloud, if you miss, except on like certain seasons like Battlefield, where Cloud just doesn't have lag because the platforms, it's a lot safer because even if they block it, there's no guaranteed punish. Like Zero Suit can like do an aerial, right? But if Zero Suit holds shield after her aerial, like if Zero Suit does nair shield, you're always blocking the banana throw to shield. And then you can block Diddy's banana throw to shield, and Zero Suit can even up a shield. Me and Salem actually tested it earlier just to confirm this.
Of course, though, just to know, this is based off spacing. Like, if she nairs your shield up close and then shields banana up B's auto shield, then yeah, that's definitely going to be guaranteed. But if she were to space, which they usually do, then she gets nothing off that, like, even in that scenario.
The point is, Mars was not doing enough of nair into shield because that's a pretty good option.
He was not respecting Diddy.
Yeah, he was literally just doing nair and then getting hit by banana throw out of shield, and that's actually fake. When you're Zero Suit, that's not even real. You can literally just hold shield, so that should not be happening. Interestingly enough, even though Aaron is the highest ranked Diddy, even at CEO Dreamland, he outranked Player 1. Player 1 did much better versus Mars for some reason. It was a 2-1 set, and even the game Player 1 lost was last hit. Dyer lost the set 3-0. I think 2 of the games were last hit, but the third one wasn't. But interesting that Dyer did worse against Mars, even though he did better than Player 1 at the turn as a whole. All this shows that Diddy Kong has been probably underrated for quite some time. And out of shield, frame 7 out of shield, it's not broken, but it's not amazing, it's not bad. It's 1 frame slower than Bowser's up out of shield, for example. But the thing is, like, it's so much safer. Like if you bait it out, it's like, okay, whatever. It's not a big deal. Like, it's not risky. You're not in lag. So I would say like, overall his out of shield's even better than like Bowser, Cloud, and a lot of other frame 6 characters because it's just so safe. Like even if you're wrong, it's not that big of a deal most of the time. Like for example, like Zero Suit can block a banana and then buffer and up a shield, but you can't just react to confirm it because there's input delay and stuff. So you can't you have to like commit ahead of time. Are you going to up B out of shield on buffer? You can't just block banana and then confirm if they did it or not. It's actually a guess, thanks to the game having like a lot of input delay. So you're basically just taking a guess. So that's also another important thing to remember. It's beatable, but by guesses. So Diddy Kong's strengths, as I said, are a frame 7 banana throw out of shield. You could also jump out of shield, which is obviously 3 frames, and then do a banana throw down. Banana throw down is actually coming out on frame 6, but that means that out of shield, to jump out of shield, throw it down, it would be frame 9. So the banana throw itself is faster, but the whole sequence itself is slower. But you also get another aerial if you land that. So Diddy Kong has some options. You have the basic throw to shield, the jump out of shield, throw it down, which I also see some Diddies do sometimes. You don't even have to do that. You can literally just roll away, reset neutral, or whatever. So you have quite a bit of options. You have command grab, you have the side B. It doesn't really kill early, but it's still nice. It's basically similar to like Smash 4 Diddy, except that like basically it takes longer. Like your moves don't hit as hard, but like a lot of the same concepts of like winning neutral and how you win neutral, a lot of them are similar. Plus you got the extra infinite. And for another strength, the infinite is also really good because obviously it's the infinite, and it's not actually impractical. Like we're seeing every single top Diddy use the infinite, from like Dakpo to Player 1 to Aaron, according to what Salem said. I didn't see it on videos, but he did to him in tournament or friendlies,
yeah.
And then Japanese Diddies are doing it, and we're just seeing a lot of Diddies now like do the infinite. So it's what was once theory is now reality. So it's very important to consider that too.
Ice climbers.
So basically, Diddy's strengths is basically everything, and his weakness is kill power, which Sam can elaborate on all his weaknesses now.
Diddy Kong's weaknesses mainly are the fact that even though he has a transcendent banana, the thing is, for other projectile characters, they can kind of just throw whatever at him. And as well, he doesn't have the best range, so he actually actively needs his banana to deal with most things, which he surprisingly can do only because, like I said, the banana is transcendent, so he can just throw it straight at you. But as well, that's a problem dealing with other projectiles because you can't just block another projectile with that. Like, he has peanuts, but it doesn't do anything. His recovery is... It's very, very delicate to the point where it's just like, depending on what you get hit by, and that's like most things in the game. If you get hit by something during your up B, you'll probably just die. Of course, sometimes you'll have the chance of recovering anyway, because you may still have your double jump, or you may not have got sent down far enough when you're put in his special fall animation for getting hit out of his up B. But generally, his recovery is like, it's good, but it's still delicate. Like, you can't just willy-nilly just do whatever you want. If you have to actually recover below, recovering high is a different story, but you have to actually be somewhat technical to at least be reverse around and maneuver around your opponent, so that way you can reasonably land. Otherwise, you'll just land on top of someone and die, probably, or get hit, and then rinse and repeat. But besides that, Diddy Kong, everything's pretty good. Like, his command grab still like pretty disjointed. His normal grab is still good. He still has his throw combos and whatnot. It's just pretty much still same game plan. Just a few more weaknesses and some nerfs here and there. Noticeable nerfs here and there from Smash 4.
So overall, based on all this, it's pretty much the same Diddy with just a few more weaknesses. But Diddy used to be like a top 5 character in the last game. So obviously he's not on that level anymore, but he's still very similar. He has a lot of the similar game plans. You add an infinite, you add a few more weaknesses than his strengths, of course, but a lot of the general same game plan applies. His neutral is still very strong, which is like the most important thing in this game. And basically, the biggest thing is he's just not killing as early as before. But other than that, very similar character to before. I would say the character would be high tier.
I as well say the character is high tier. There's a possibility he could be top tier because that infinite is actually like really extremely strong, but we'll see in the future.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments below about what tier you think Diddy is. Do you think Diddy's mid tier? Do you think he's high tier? Do you think he's top tier, top 20, top 15, like top 25? Like, let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and see you guys later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. All right, later.